Pain management track is designed for those with chemical dependency who also have chronic pain. It's a pioneering program where we don't just address addiction, but we address those who have chronic pain that affects their quality of life. And we don't just address the symptoms of their pain, we actually help to dissipate the pain at the cause level. We look at people as an entire organism and not just at symptoms, and we're very proud of the program. It's very unique. And Dr. Prescott has a lot of published studies on how the brain is affected and changed by not only addiction, but also by adversity that a lot of addicts faced early in life, and how it changed their ability to adapt to stress. The minimum length of stay is 45 days, but we do recommend a 90-day stay for the pain management track. The pain management track takes place at Betty Ford here on our 20-acre campus. We have 4 gender-specific dorms, 2 male, 2 female. We're technically a
Here we are in the fourth quickie of the Hollywood Review, live on Hollywood and Vine. This is WCOBM.com. That's R.C. Everbeck. I'm Tony Boldy. Who's this guy?
His name's Matt.
Matt, we love you.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Matt, we played a little video, and I know you weren't in that video, but that I think it was Hazelton Betty Ford, and talked about pain management. I've been dealing with back pain for 10 years, and I find stress relief and acupuncture and relaxation and proper diet and blah, blah, all the stuff that RC's been harping on me for at least a year or two now actually works. So you come here representing, I know, hope, not doom and gloom.
Not doom and gloom.
But at the end of the year, people run into, we run into our addictions because we're faced with them with all the holidays and the fears and drinking and drugs and stuff like that. But, you know, Gary invited us to have you on the show, and I think it was appropriate to have our next to last show to talk to. So, you know, share with us.
No,
Oh, you want to
Matt,
take over? Okay.
No. Matt Polachek, in
Right.
case you're looking it up. What's your position at Betty
So I'm
Ford?
the director of the outpatient center in West LA.
Okay.
And really, we're an outpatient treatment center. So people sometimes go from, inpatient
Right.
to outpatient, or some people just step right in. And the idea really was we had a huge demand because we were in Rancho Mirage, as you know.
Right.
There's a huge demand in LA to have us, to more services, and people kept asking about it. And so 2 years ago, Betty Ford decided to open up the outpatient in West LA, and I've been lucky enough to be there, and we're really bringing the treatment to the community. But as to your point,
Yeah, that's all I want you
Sorry,
to
yeah,
I just
sorry.
want to qualify for our guests.
Right,
for the audience
and
is all.
it's a beautiful facility,
Yeah.
and you guys put a lot of money into that, but you've helped a lot of people in this short period of time. Now, I've openly said that I've been sober over 5 years, almost 5.5 years now, and so I had gone to that organization and brought some meetings there, and there's just such a beautiful thing happening. You see the patients, the outpatients that come in there, and they're very grateful for what you guys are doing for them.
my favorite thing is physically looking at people when they first come in, and
Yeah.
then 30 days later,
Oh.
and just the color in their face and the energy,
Absolutely.
and it's a wonderful, special place.
I'm not gonna
Breathing
dr-
again.
Yeah, exactly. It helps. It
I'm
helps.
not going to
It
drop any
helps.
names, but there is somebody that's your secretary now in one of your meetings that I don't know what, he had surgery for cancer and he had tape all over his face from head to toe, and it's like, this dude's dying, and he is so vibrant and has so much energy. His negative attitudes become very positive.
Yeah.
I love this man, but he's a message of hope now, and
Yeah.
I think that's a direct correlation to what he's getting from you guys, as well as the AA program, the 12 steps, and all the other stuff. But that's only one element that I'm sure you guys.
I mean,
use.
the be of service component is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And when people come in, whether it's Gary, our friend, who everyone just wants people to call them, reach out to them, and connect them, and start. Unfortunately, and we'll can get into drugs and alcohol, but it can be very isolating.
Right.
Same with the holidays. People get very isolated, and to have a community in West LA that truly is be of service, we're so fortunate.
Well, we say, drugs and alcohol is but a symptom, because when you get into the actual program, it really doesn't have anything to do with that. That's just something that is the Band-Aid that goes over the problem. And so I'm assuming you guys get into what the actual problem could be, or the solution for what is a seemingly problem. And I know the approach that worked for me was when I understand, and with a little bit of hope, that the world could change. Everything could change with a little bit of hope. And when I lost that little mustard seed of hope, it was dark.
Yeah.
And so what I wanted to do with RC and this show is to bring a little bit of hope to anybody out there that might be watching the show, to know there's a phone number that you can call that can change your life right the second that you pick up the phone and call. And so I was honored to have you on the show.
Thank
Is
you.
there a way for anybody to contact
Of
you?
course, they could call our number 866-831-5700.
Okay.
People can reach out to me even on my cell phone.
Or they can reach out to me through the show, and I'm sure
Yeah.
RC, if you're willing to help people, I'm sure
I've
they
got
could.
speed dial. So, Matt, you have you know, we were talking before the show in the green room, and you had a sort of a message you wanted to.
Yeah,
you-
I think that the
a little
whole
something he's prepared.
Yeah, you know, for those people.
Are you
Yeah.
going to rap for us?
I'll sing. Acapella, acapella. Not as good as Santa
What'd you
was,
think of
of
Santa?
course. Oh, that was great. You guys were
Wasn't
kind
it?
of grooving
love
in there
Santa.
with him. You know, it is the holidays, like you said. You know, they're a tough time.
Oh,
People
they can be.
isolate, and I think for me, the biggest thing is having expectations. You know, some people are in college, they come home, and you're expecting your kid one way, and he's a totally different person.
And that's your camera. It's right.
Oh,
center, too,
sorry.
If you want to.
Yeah, and there, you know, you have a totally different kid in your house. It's a time where people, you know, have downtime, which isn't necessarily good. For me, downtime's not
Well,
good.
you've heard the, fish and family go bad in 3 days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. And so that's
3 days.
But that's important. It's important to note because it's good to plan things that way. And I think having a call, you know, and setting up realistic expectations for when your kids come home.
Right.
What's the expectation? What are our rules? What do we expect? And then talking to them before they come home,
Right.
so there's not this huge change
Right.
when they get there.
Like when their bedroom's gone because it's somebody else's bedroom?
Right, exactly. And also, well, just the idea that when they go away, you were in control of them, and now you're shifting to more like a mutual respect.
I
You
had a
know.
really hard transition with my mother after I came up my second year of college. We were at each other's throats, and we'd always been like, you know, had this great relationship. It was awful.
Yeah,
Right.
because you change as a person going away.
I'm the
and-
man in the house. I'm
Right,
a guy. And
exactly.
she's like, no, you're not. You're my kid now. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, and
it
so
wasn't good.
You know, my mother watches this show, and she's watched every single show, and I'm grateful that my mom supports me in this. But, I'm always going to be that 10-year-old boy to my mom, even if I'm almost 50. I'll always be there. And I'm okay with that because I've accepted that that's my mother and that's her role, and she's done an incredible job, I think, raising me because I always had love, I had support, I had shelter, I had food, I had education. I could call and cry on her shoulders. Even at 49, I can cry on my mom's shoulder. Yeah. And the only thing I miss is I can't actually reach out and hug you, Mom, but this show was a nice platform that I can actually
Christmas you
communicate
can,
with
right?
her. Well, it's
that-
cold in Michigan, so I don't go home on Christmas.
So that's the first one. Set expectations for.
Set expectations. Yeah, I think also having a plan in place. I mean, as a parent, you're a role model to your kid. So if you have your idea of alcohol and what's your
Right.
rules before they come home, and then be that
Do you
role model.
tell them?
Yeah, I mean, I think
Okay.
every parent, right, that's listening or that's wants help should plan ahead of time. They can start writing stuff down. What's their expectations? What are their house rules? And have a plan in place. And remember that, like you said, you're a different person. Like they're going to be different coming in, and so to plan ahead and expect them to want to wake up and read the newspaper with you in the morning, they might want to sleep now. Their sleep
Yeah.
schedule might be different, and that's
Finals,
okay.
yeah.
Right? That's okay. It's if you go to bed at 2:00 every night, that's fine as long as you keep going to bed at 2:00, not 2:10.
Right.
Getting in that cycle. So I think that parents, want to be role models. I think they want to be more mutually respective. And I think that a kid coming home, really, if you want to be treated like an adult, you should act like one. And so there should be expectations, and they should know what their expectations are. And then parents should be watching and being get some one-on-one time during the holidays with your kids if you can. Know they'll want to be with their friends, and let them be with their friends. Maybe have the friends come to their house, to your house. But the idea really is that you want to get that one-on-one time because you do want to assess for mental health issues, alcohol, drug issues, stuff like that. Because there is, we have a serious issue in our country with drugs and alcohol, and so you're as a parent, you want to get that one-on-one time and observe and be there.
So you're suggesting that they set a realistic expectation on how long that leash is.
How long the leash is, what I would set up specific activities. We're going to go to grandma's house one day, allow for some downtime, but have it set up because, I don't know if you guys feel, but as a man, downtime for me is not good.
Right.
2 weeks of doing absolutely nothing.
I'm going to have 2 weeks without this show.
Right.
Trust me, it will not be
It's not
good.
good. Right. And so we all
Well,
need
we're
structure.
pretty much out of time, not to cut you off, but we're very honored that you could come on the show and
Thanks for
share
having me.
hope with everybody.
Yeah, thanks for having
and
me.
RC,
That went way better than I thought it was going to. Seriously.
we're going to work on RC's prejudgment.
hurts.
And again, you guys, happy holidays. One more show next week, and then we're going to go off and chase Santa on his sleigh, see if we can get in the sled. I want to get in that thing.
Doppler
Go for the
7000.
ride. Woohoo! But we're very honored. This was a fun show, and next week's going to be a great show. And then we go into 2017, and it's just going to be the big Hollywood review, much bigger, and lots more surprises. And I'm going to find new stuff on RC to show you guys. Marvin, thank you
There's a
so
lot out
much
there.
for running a great ship during this last year, and everybody involved. And Gary, thank you for bringing great guests. It's an honor. RC, you ready to go have some eggnog?
True dat.
To that.
True
Non-alcoholic.
that. Thank you,
eggnog.
Marvin.
All
You're
right, everybody. We'll
fantastic.
see you next week. Bye-bye.